were asked to pitch on Doctor Who, and that involved a creative pitch where we were asked to put forward our ideas, and that involved creating environments, spaceships. We did creature tests and animation. It was a really fun process being able to do that.
You arrived with lots and lots of ideas, and given that production had said that they had no idea how we were going to do it, that was a very useful start.
That got across our passion for the show and gave us the opportunity to eventually get what we think was probably one of the more complex episodes in Series 8.
The first big challenge we had was how to create an impossible two-dimensional creature and really sell that.
We went through nearly 100 different designs for when they were two-dimensional creatures.
Whatever we ended up with shouldn't feel too obvious. It still needed to have that kind of strange, impossible quality to it.
The scary thing as a director is to make your decisions too early. You have to have a team that's prepared to go along for the ride with that. It needed collaboration to make it work, as well as I think it did.
I don't know.
Where PC Forest gets absorbed into the carpet, it was important to talk to the production designers about the decoration of that flat because the effect that we had required having a lot of texture. That texture dragging is actually something that's written in the script. They're dragging the texture where they go.
Ma'am, there's something in here, I think.
So we had to talk to the writer about what he wanted in the script. We had to talk to the production designer and the director about what they wanted and come up with a solution that worked for the visual effects as well as working for all those other people.
PC Forest!
The sensible way to deal with visual effects is to kind of design them the right way in the first place. All of the parts of the visual effects chain are being driven by a kind of design-led approach to how we're doing things.
We look at it as not a post-production process. We want to be involved at the design stage, pre-production stage and production stage because that's where we think we can make the biggest difference. Having access to our shots on a mobile device was key to getting feedback so we can get a lot of iterations done before we even get to the end of the filming stage. The couch collapsing went through 68 versions. Quite a lot of people had to comment on that. You need to make sure that everybody is happy with the way that it's gone. Douglas just sent us a YouTube video one day of a sea leech and he said, oh yeah, it looks really creepy, I like that.
The sea leech reference came from a documentary that was on telly by chance.
He didn't really know how he might be able to use it, but he liked the movement of it.
It's almost slightly nervous when you bring a reference like that in because it's something you watched at the weekend. And if you guys had all kicked off and gone, you're mad, that would be one thing, but you never did.
We quickly boiled that down to patterns, dragging and animation, and I think later on Douglas's idea from the sea leech was the thing that really sold it because that gave it the creepiness.
The tunnel!
We're kind of spread across essentially 3 sites. We've got a kind of big studio in Glasgow, a medium-sized studio in Bristol, and a kind of smaller presence in London. Those 3 locations give us a great ability to be close to clients throughout the UK, which is, I think, a great advantage.
I think over the years, the most important things I've learned is to listen more to the director, producers.
That was one of the great things about working with you. You always listened, and I don't mean in the sense that you always obeyed.
A lot of the directors work with the visual effects regularly, but I think there's still an anxiety from their point of view that they want to direct those visual effects shots. They want control over those. They don't want them to just go away and come back finished. We try really hard to make sure that that happens.
I think the Access team involved me in the visual effects very much, and I wanted to be right there in the heart of it because I do think there's a danger when you've got a VFX heavy episode like this that the effects team can just go off and do their thing and not have contact with the storytelling. A great episode of Doctor Who should feel like it's just been made yesterday. They should look like the hottest thing around and like they're right in the zeitgeist. With Flatline, the reaction was really strong and really, you could feel it on the night that people were really responding in a really good way to the show.
You are not welcome here. This plane is protected.
For a lot of people, it's their favourite episode of the entire series.
I am the Doctor. And I name you the Boneless.